Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Eggerding and you're watching video 7 of our conic section, and we're going to talk about our last graph, the parabola. Back during first semester, we did a version of parabolas on the left here where you have a vertical axis of symmetry, and these parabolas are going to open up or they're going to open down. Okay, so a parabola opening up or a parabola opening down. We recognize them because it's the x that's being squared, and it's decided up or down based on this 4p. So down is going to be when that is a negative coefficient. The hk here still stands for your vertex. And this p that's in here, we'll talk about more in class, but for now that p, you just need to worry about that it stands for the distance from the center to the focus. And the focus is going to be on the inside of the parabola. And so again, we'll talk in more detail about where that focus is. So the parabolas with the x squared, these are going to be functions. They're going to open up or down depending on if this 4p is positive or negative. Now the one on the right is a newer one. This one, it's the y term that's squared. And what this does, because the y is squared, these create things that are not functions. Okay? If I wanted to type that into my calculator, I would have both a plus and a minus of the square root. So these are either going to open right or they are going to open left. Opening right looks like this. Opening left will look like this. They are not functions. Again, the right or left is determined by the 4p, and left is going to be when that 4p is negative. Vertex, still the same thing as all the rest of these. The vertex is the hk. And p also stands for the distance from the center to the focus, and the focus will be either to the right or to the left of where that vertex is. Okay, so the big distinction is to pay attention to what term is being squared. X squared opens up and down. Y squared is going to open right or left, depending on if the coefficients are positive or negative. So we are going to talk about the details of the graph in class, but for now, if you're given an equation like this one here, a couple things you should know. First of all, the direction it opens. Now because this one is x squared, this one's either going to be up or down. To decide, I go to the coefficient. I notice it's positive, so this one is going to open up. My vertex is at -2, 0. So -2, 0, that's where my vertex is. It's going to open up. The 4p that I'm going to calculate is going to be 20. In the formula, it's 1 over 4p, so that means the 4p must be 20. P will equal 5, and we'll get into what we need that for in a little bit. So at this point, we know it opens up, and it looks something like this. For this next one, similar questions. Which way does this open? Because the y is squared, that means it's going to open left or right. I go in the front, I see a negative sign. That means my parabola is going to open left. The vertex is at the HK, and it's going to be at 1, 3. 1 from the x coordinate, 3 from the y coordinate. So 1, 1, 2, 3. There's my vertex. This will open left, so it's going to do something like this, and we will get a more accurate graph in class. Last thing, let's talk about the 4p. 4p is 12. That makes the p equal to 3, and we will use that when we go to the details of the focus. So, homework assignment, just 2 questions on page 589, questions 1 and 2. All they ask you to do is decide which way things open and then identify the vertex. The entrance slip is also on Schoology. You can go ahead and get started on that. And so coming into class, you should know which way a parabola opens and be able to identify the vertex. We will see you later. Thanks.